Hi Elflings, it's Nico. This is going on my YouTube channel, and you're probably going to end up hearing my old lady kitty Ebby yowling because that's what she's been doing, just like that, for the past 2 days, which is okay. This is just kind of a serious little video, and I don't know where it's actually going to go. I just know I want to talk about it. I have severe anxiety, which you guys pretty much know, and what I don't normally talk about is I'm not going to say I have severe depression because it's really not severe. But I do have a little bit of depression, and I'm not really going to say I suffer from it because a lot of people have it way worse. I mean, my depression is minuscule compared to what a lot of other people are going through. But yesterday I was at home. My husband had gone to work, and since I'm recovering from my left foot surgery, I can't really do very much. I'm still in a soft cast. I can't put any weight on it, probably for a while. But I was laying in bed, and I had just gotten done trying to make 2 draft chibis that I made, but with the painkiller that I'm on and the pain that my foot's in, I couldn't really concentrate on making any others. I was very dizzy, and I was very sleepy, which is good because sleeping helps your body heal. But it's very frustrating because I want to make stuff. I want to make all my chibis before next week, and I know that's not going to happen, but at least I'm trying to make a couple a day. But after I got done making those 2 chibis, I laid back in bed and I had my phone on, my tablet, and playing on Facebook, playing on my little DS system, Mario Kart, because I can't concentrate on anything else, and it's still hilarious when I am falling off of the cliffs a week later. But I got really depressed yesterday, like really, really, really sad, and I haven't been that depressed in a very long time, and it's a little scary. I think the last time I got that depressed, I was 8 years ago. It might have been 8 years ago. It was in a horseback riding accident. Long story short, the stable's saddle was not properly maintained and the saddle girth broke. And even though I stayed on top of my green horse who was rearing, and I got her calmed down as soon as she was calm, my saddle broke, and I ended up crashing to the ground from the tallest horse in the stable, well over 6 hands, almost 7 hands. She's pretty tall. And I ended up dislocating my elbow, couple of bone chips, or at least 1, maybe 2 pieces of bone chipped off, and I fractured my arm. And I was covered head to toe in bruises, and was in the ER, hospital overnight, 2 ambulance rides. It was a thing. I had a moment. But while I was recovering, the week before that I was told that I was going to be going into physical therapy, I got really depressed then. I was very, very sad. I was feeling very sorry for myself. I didn't know what was going to happen in the world. My husband, the poor guy, he was frantic, and it was like one of his worst fears had come to life. I'd gotten injured horseback riding. That's one of the things he's most afraid of, is when I ride, I'm going to end up getting hurt, and I'm going to end up being like permanently dislocated, or not dislocated, permanently disabled, like the actor that played Superman was, and I'll be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life, not being able to do anything, pretty much not very good. But luckily that didn't happen. But I was feeling very sorry for myself, and I didn't know how my world was going to be getting worse. And it just, every day that it got closer to going to physical therapy, was just worse. It was harder to try to get myself to wake up. It was hard to get myself to even want to try to eat food, because you have to eat while you're healing. It was hard for just everything. And my poor husband had to go to work during that week, on and off. Luckily, we lived closer to his job, but still, I was very depressed. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I did know I was not going to end my life, because that's not going to help anyone. I did try to kill myself when I was in elementary school, not elementary, in middle school, freshman year of high school, but that's a different story. I didn't. I came to a realization that if I did that, I would just be leaving a whole bunch of hurt people around. So after that one attempt at suicide, I never tried it again. I've never really thought about it, but during that week of healing, it was very hard, and I didn't know how my life was going to get worse. It didn't seem like anything else bad could happen to make it worse, even though I know it could. But then I went into physical therapy, and my eyes were opened, and I realized so many other people have it so much worse than me. And that's pretty much the thing that I live by. It could be worse. And I've always thought that. It's always been pointed out to me since I was really little, with all of my surgeries and stuff. It could always be worse. And going into physical therapy and seeing this poor little old lady who had very severe arm injury. I'm pretty sure she shattered her arm bones with the way everything was. She had pins going into her hand and pins coming out of her arm, and she was going through physical therapy. And a whole bunch of other people were doing stuff, and it was obvious their injuries were much worse than me. And that kind of snapped me out of that depression. I was just like, no, I am not that bad. I'm very lucky. But yesterday was really, really hard. I was by myself. I'm not able to concentrate on sculpting right now, and it sucks. And everybody's like, it's okay, take your time, you need to heal. And I know that. But I want to do stuff. I'm not the kind of person that just sits around and does nothing. Ever. I've never been like that. Ever. Even if it was just like, playing a video game. I've never been the kind of person that just sat around and did nothing. And yesterday was very, very hard because I was really depressed. And the thought of me not existing anymore that would make my husband's life financially easier did cross my mind. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to cut myself. I've never done that, thankfully. I have known people that have. But it made me realize that I know a lot of other people are going through hard times. And I was at the hospital on Wednesday, and I saw what other people were going through with their feet, because apparently it was foot day, and everybody that was there had come in from foot surgeries and stuff, and there were people that were in a lot more pain than me, and there were people that were in less pain. There was a little girl, I swear she was like 4, and she was scared of getting her cast off. She was walking around. I was envious of her. She was walking around. But I know that there are people going through stuff that's hard and worse. But it doesn't make your depression less valid. I told my husband I was really depressed yesterday, and he sat down and he talked with me about it, which is really nice. So I wanted to share that, and I know a lot of people, probably some of my elflings, suffer from depression, and it's hard. And I'm not going to say I suffer from it. I get very depressive bouts. But since I've been on my anxiety medicine, it also treats depression, and it helps a lot. And before I was on my anxiety meds, I didn't realize how bad my depression was actually affecting me. But I'm still going to say I don't have severe depression. I was just depressed. But a lot of my elflings, I'm sure you guys suffer from depression in one form or another, or anxiety in one form or another, and I just want you to remember that it could be worse, and your life might really suck right now. I feel like mine really sucks right now, even though I have a huge support team through my family, through you guys. I still am feeling sorry for myself. I'm still feeling a little depressed because I feel completely helpless. I'm pretty much stuck in the bedroom, or I could be in the living room, but I'm stuck in the house, and it's not easy for me to get in and out of the house, which is the hardest thing. And it's not easy for me to ask my husband to get in and out of the house, just drive me around after he's been working for 8+ hours. It's not fair to him. I realize that. And it physically sucks for me getting in and out of the house right now because I can barely do that. We have a back patio. I scoot on my butt and my good leg up the back patio after I get through a whole bunch of steps because I just can't physically stand on my right foot that much right now, even though my left foot's the one that had surgery. And I know this is a rambly video, and I'm kind of sorry about that. But if you're going through depression and stuff, it doesn't make you less valid. It makes your life very valid. But I want to tell you guys to just try to lock onto the good things and the positive things, even if it's something little, even if it's something like your fur baby or your scale baby giving you some love. I mean, you're all right, and your depression is valid, and your feelings are completely valid. But I know being told that doesn't make it better, and it doesn't make it magically go away. And if you need to talk to someone, if you have someone to talk to, find them, talk to them, take up that offer. You're not going to, if somebody is actually offered to be like, hey, if you're having a hard time, talk to me, do it. They're not making, normally, people are not making that offer just to be mouth service. Take them up on that offer, and that little bit of talking might help. Patting your fur babies might help. If you have kids, you know your kids love you. Even if you guys don't get along, even if you have teenagers and they're being bratty, they still love you. And your spouse, and you have family members, and you have friends, and your family doesn't necessarily mean, blood family. It can be the family that you made with yourself, with your close friends. I do have several friends that are very close that I consider family. So yeah, if you're having a hard time, get help. Reach out, talk to someone, and try to think positively. Don't try to put on a fake facade. Luckily, I consider myself a very positive person. I always try to be positive instead of looking at the negative. I was pretty much brought up that way. But whatever you're going through could be worse. It doesn't make what you're going through invalid, but it could be worse. And if you're going through something, talk to someone. I know I'm going to watch this video and be like, should I put it up? I'm probably going to put it up. I know I rambled a lot and everything, but I said at the beginning I didn't really know where this was going. I just knew I had to say something. Alright guys, I love you, and have fun, be good, and stay safe. Mwah.